All right, we're just gonna show you how to install your Pulse for Good kiosk. This is the black version. I find it easiest to start by opening this up. So you're gonna wanna open up and just take off your faceplate and start with those separated. And then you'll come back. We've already pre-hung the kiosk instructions. So this will be inside of your box. As you see, you're gonna wanna mount this using some Scotch tape in the area. One thing that's important is you'll wanna hit it with the level and make sure that you're level where you're gonna be mounting that. And this paper just gives you the exact points where you need to drill. So it's a template where you can go ahead, grab your drill, and you're gonna drill right there on each of those, all the way in. In this case, I've already pre-drilled, so they are slightly off. So since I've already pre-drilled, you get the idea that those are our location where we will now swap out our fit. If you're in an area where you think people are going to be tugging on this and you're not, you haven't hit a stud, that is one other step, is it is ideal if you can find a stud and get at least one or two of the screws in a stud. That's optimal. If not, we do strongly suggest using the drywall anchors. So you would use a little larger drill bit and a hammer and tap those drywall anchors. Those are included in the package, so you'll see those in there. In this case, we're gonna go ahead and just put the screws in as if we hit a stud. So you're gonna wanna start with the top two screws so that you can hang your kiosk on there. Those top two screws are designed to hold your kiosk shell. Now that we've got that, again, it's always recommended that you check the level after doing this. Now that we've got the top two in, we'll tighten those down and put in the bottom two screws. Nice and snug on there. We'll go ahead and include it also in the kiosk shell will be a surge protector. In some cases, this will already be pre-mounted to the back. Your surge protector might look a little bit different than this, but it will all be the same. Important to put the power plug in. First, you can see we've located this directly above an outlet. If possible, try to make that happen for cord management. Let it get this set in there. There's probably a couple cable management ties that typically come in the packaging. And we'll get this tucked back for a minute. Now we'll get that shell face that we took off at the beginning. And this kind of conveniently hangs on there. There's a couple little slides that this sets down in, and now it can hang open. You'll want to grab your kiosk faceplate. This still has packaging on it because we're wrapping on it, so you want to peel that off. But in this case, we'll go ahead and we've already opened that other side, so we'll just put that side that's already been peeled back face down. Then we'll grab our Pulse for Good kiosk. At this point, you'll want to connect it to your Wi-Fi, so we'll connect to our Wi-Fi network. You'll need to enter your password. This one should already have our password on. And then you can go ahead and enter the Pulse Kiosk app where you'll want to register all that. You can do that inside the kiosk afterwards, which is what we'll do, or you can do it here ahead of time. Either way, it doesn't really matter. So we'll set this down. Don't worry about centering it right now because this back plate will center it up for us. And we've got a couple thumb screws. Okay, yeah, so that'll center itself up. And it doesn't really matter the orientation. You'll just want to make sure that you have enough slack in your power cord to plug it in. So there are 4 thumb screws. You'll just want to insert those, screw those into place. Might not want to tighten all of them all the way tight at the beginning just so you can get those in easier and line it up as needed. Yeah. So now that's all good. One step you definitely don't want to forget is plugging your power in. It'll be a little bit of a tight fit. And then the other thing that you'll want to double check is that this is a surge protector, so it'll protect it from lightning and different power surges. You want to make sure that's clipped to on before you close this up. If you're having power issues, double check that. And then we'll go ahead and plug this in this outlet. And then I'm going to pull the slack out and we'll go back later and add cable management so that that stays nice and tight and clean on that wall. Doesn't have to be perfect back here because it does get covered up. It will sometimes go into this dark mode. Our system will kick in once you enter the Pulse app in most cases, but I'll go ahead and just go. It's very dim. You may not be able to see it there. There you go. Sometimes it is nice to check this box. Pulse will typically have these settings changed for you, but just in case, change that to never lock out, auto lock the display. And then if you want to get back to the menu, you can do that 5-finger pinch, get back into the Pulse for Good app and enter the registration code. The nice thing is that we will have all that device information somewhere on a sticker like this somewhere, usually mounted below on the bottom of the kiosk, just so easily accessible if you don't have the key. In this case, we just have it here. So it is Pulse model 10.2W269. So I'll go ahead and enter that. In this case, enter the registration code is the first question. And you should have been emailed your registration code. In this case, it is just demo for us. Number one, that tells us we're connected to the internet. If we get this checkbox, this green check mark, saying that we're connected to the right survey. And then in this case, naming your kiosk means you want to name the location where the kiosk is so that your organization can understand or locate it. So in this case, we'll call it the Pulse office. And then we need the device number, which is right here. Double check that that's right. If you're having problems seeing what's being typed in, there is this keyboard button that lowers the keyboard. It's just a limitation of the iPad. And then the device model number. So 10.2W269. We'll check that we got that right. It isn't cap sensitive, so that's okay. I'll hit complete setup. You'll see that registering bar. And then in this case, that's our demo survey. Go ahead, twist the key to lock it up. Push this top peg down and that will be locked. And your kiosk is registered and ready to go.